in this video, I will demonstrate how you can run the application on your local system. So you need to have the Docker, JDK and Maven installed on your system. I have already ran the Docker image for MySQL using this command. That can be validated by going to the terminal of your choice and running the command docker ps. So as you can see, the Docker container is running with the name MySQL food delivery. This is the image MySQL 8.3.0 and it is running on port 3306. After that, I will just simply build the project again using the Maven command and clean install. It will take a couple of seconds to build it completely. When you are running it for the first time, it will take some time to download all the dependencies from the Maven mirror repositories. So as you can see, the build is success. Now we can simply head over to the food delivery system application.java and I will click run over here. The application is booting up and now you can see Tomcat started on port 8085 and the application started in 3.25 seconds. Now we will head over to the browser. If I just now visit this endpoint to check the API docs, yeah, here you can see the API docs for our application. If you just want to see the raw data, let me show you the raw data. This is the Swagger exposed API docs, and if you want to see the Swagger UI, this is the Swagger UI of the application. So for any endpoint, you can simply click on this. It will show you the description of that endpoint, the parameters it is expecting, the response it will return, and the error codes that it will throw. And then we have the Jacoco report. So here you can see which class is having how much coverage. For example, if I go to service class, for example this monitoring service, so all these green lines are depicting that these lines are covered as part of the unit test cases. And if I visit, for example, this order service, see, and the lines in yellow are having some of the test cases covering them and some branches are not covered. So this is how you run the application on local system. In the next part, I will show you how you can run it on the cloud. For the demonstration purposes, I will be using the AWS as the cloud provider on which I will be deploying my application. So we will head over to EC2. Currently there are no instances running. I will launch an instance. Let me name it as assignment. API B assignment instance, and I will use a Ubuntu image. Then we will use a T2 micro instance. I already have a key pair downloaded, so I will use the same. Right now we are not touching the security group, but later we will modify it to accept the HTTP traffic as well, and we will leave the volume as is and simply launch the instance. So as we can see, the system has the instance is in running state, and now it is doing some status checks and it is getting initialized. As in the previous video, we have seen that the project has been built locally, so we can simply transfer the jar file of our application onto the EC2 instance. that we will see in a minute. Meanwhile, the instance is getting initialized. Let me prepare the command to connect to the instance. I have the instance running locally and already has some data prepared in it. So I will take the dump of this. As you can see, I have copied the mysql dump from my Docker container to my host machine at this location. Now we will go back to AWS and check if our instance is up and running. Yeah, so as you can see, status checks are complete and my instance is running. So I can connect to this instance. So let me do EC2 instance connect from here only in the browser. So we are into our instance. If I do ls, nothing is over here. So we will go back to our terminal. Now I need to copy my jar file of the application that I built locally onto my AWS. So what I will do is I will do a SCP. I am in my development folder where my both PEM file is present and my DB backup is also present. So what I will do is I will use this file to SCP the jar file to my EC2 instance. Now my jar file is present in the folder APIB assignment for delivery system target folder. So here my jar file is present and I will transfer it to my EC2 instance. So as you can see, it is getting uploaded. It will take some time to get uploaded to my EC2 instance, so we can wait till that time. So our file is completely uploaded to the EC2 instance. Similarly, what I will do is I will copy my database backup and I will copy it to the instance. It is also uploaded. Now we will head back to our EC2 instance and check if these files are uploaded or not. So as you can see, these are uploaded over here. Now we need to install everything that we require over here, for which I have prepared the commands already. So first we have to have our MySQL setup over here. Next we need to have the MySQL as well. Yeah, we need to install it. So this is also installed. Let me, before setting up MySQL, let me install JDK as well. We can validate this by running this command java-version. As you can see, Java 17 has been installed over here. Now we will set up our MySQL. As you can see, we are into our MySQL right now, but the database is not yet created. So we will create the database. I will create the user as well, that will be used by our application for accessing this database. So if I show you all the databases, we have 4 delivery DB, but if I just show you tables, we do not have any tables as of now. Now we will apply the backup that we have transferred on our EC2 instance.
So we have
applied the backup over here. If I just show tables, now see we have all the tables over here, and if I, let's say, display some data from any of the tables, some test data is already there for most of the tables. See, now I will get out of this. I will try to log in using my other user that I have created, just to be sure that the application doesn't face any issues. Yeah, okay. Now we have MySQL setup, we have JDK installed. What else do we need? We just need to run the jar. So what I will do, I will just simply run this command. As you can see, our application is now coming up. Now our application is up and running on port 8085, right, for this EC2 instance. Now what I will do is I will head over to EC2 instance again, and I will try to open this particular address on 8085. And right now our application is using HTTP only, not HTTPS. So I will run this. So this is not loading because we haven't configured our security groups as well. So let's head back to our application. Let's go to security groups. Let me check my instance once. Okay, the associated security group is launch wizard 1. So I will go here in security groups, launch wizard 1. I will click on this, and we will go and edit inbound rules. So right now only SSHs can be used from any of the IPs on port 22. Now I will add a rule to access HTTP also anywhere IPv4. I'm allowing all the IPs currently. Save it. The rule has been added. Now I will hit the endpoint again. We can see the 8085 port is loading properly. We can check by going to API docs once. Yes, this is the proper URL. Yeah, so this is loading properly. In the next video, we will see the features which are included as part of this application. As for this video, that's all. Thank you so much.